DK. Cats keep bouncing. Being stopped here actually. They won't have it up in tier 2, especially with having some damage. It's almost killing the Parasite.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Time for yet another stop here at the Cobx Masters 2018. We're in Bengaluru within the semifinals between LXG and Team Arcadian. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm alone right now because Bottom had a bit of an emergency. And the replacement caster is AWOL as well for some reason. So hopefully we'll get Forge in as soon as we can for the next couple of games. But for now, we have this series here for us. LXG have a bit of a look at the ranks. There's like 2 Immortals and a bunch of Divines between them. On the other side, Team Arcadian, we've had a few Archons and some Guardians. Not even Crusaders, just Guardians. So I am expecting a stomp, unless Dota was lying to me, or unless they have like some really weird accounts. I don't know. So just looking at these ranks, like there's no way that LXG should lose this, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see how the draft ends up going. I mean, they're betting out some of the more annoying heroes in Tinker, and the Beastmaster is certainly one of the stronger offlaners these days. On the other hand, we have Io, Visage, and Scarov Mage. A lot of these here's that changed the game somewhat. Here's Scarov as that spammer that just eats through all of your region out of any sort of lane that he's in. Io kind of changes the game in many different ways. He always has. So if you don't really want to play against that, if you have some sort of strat in mind that is countered by this global mobility, then might as well take it out in Visage. Well, he's a hero that can just do a surprising amount of damage here once he's level 6. So don't necessarily want to deal with that, just in case there's a Visage player on the other team. But for now, go with the Leshrac first pick. And the Spectre first phase ban for Team Arcadian. Not what you normally see, to say the least. Doesn't really make much sense. I mean, I'm a fan of the Spectre as a hero. I like playing it, but I'm not really a fan of it in the current meta competitively. But yeah, a lot of people do disagree, and it has seen some success, but it just feels in general that there's a big timing window where it can be very easily exploited, especially if you have some push on your field, like LXG already have the Leshrac. So we'll see though. Witch Doctor, off to a good start. Pretty powerful lane support, even though that Maledict has been nerfed in the cooldown department just a couple of weeks back. So it's can't really use it as efficiently anymore to just trade harassment. It's more if you go for some kill. If you try and go for some kills, which is only real possible if you have some good burst damage to work with in that lane. So you're thinking of heroes like Luna or whatever, but Warlock. Similar hero, actually. I mean, Witch Doctor, what he can also do is just get an early point up into the Voodoo Restoration, perhaps, and provide that extra bit of healing, that extra bit of sustain in lane. And Warlock is master of that as well in this meta. You just throw the Shadow Word a couple of times, and well, you win that region war. That's really what it comes down to. Also helps that you have good attack range to be able to trade with, but Abba, Baden, already very powerful offlane in his own right, but he does need a few levels to work with. So I'm not sure whether he'll be able to get them unless he gets some serious help. So, I mean, it also comes down to the matchup, to the core matchup that he's up against. Like the certain heroes are just running down, and early on he's very vulnerable. Especially with the high cooldown on the Orthotic Shield, it doesn't really soak up all that much damage. So
10 seconds
if you rely on that too much, you go in, it pops, and then don't have another one available for a while. Then might just find yourself dying before you can get back to safety.
Radiant
so
team ban.
Wouldn't really be all that safe until he gets level 6, of course, but you got to get there first. On the other hand, at the very least, I mean, Warlock, Witch Doctor, they aren't as aggressive on their own. So again, they need some powerful cores to do some extra damage and do some provide some extra control for them. So
10 seconds
Team Arcadian
remaining.
will still need something else if they want to be more aggressive
5
in these
seconds
lanes.
remaining.
All right. This could also just be a horseman strat for LXG. In which case they could have a Chaos Knight also on a horse. Keep off the light. Pretty powerful. It's actually not a bad combo. Coddle CK is like a dual lane. CK does have a lot of mana issues, so Coddle kind of solves that. But what other horsemen are there? Luna, Mirana, sort of on horses. I mean, they're riding at the very least. Not really on horses, but close enough. And is that it already? I think it might actually already be it. Unless you want to count the Magnus, which is kind of a rhino. But
10 seconds remaining.
Centaur, also close enough. And we're already all out of horsemen. Or like heroes with 4 legs under them. It's one way or the other. It might be the better way to put it, but for now, Phantom Lancer taken out by LXG alongside the Razor. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, Razor, one of the heroes that can deal very easily with the Abba.
Dire team pick.
Even by himself, honestly, just stealing away all his damage, running him down, and making him feel not comfortable at all. On the other side, Team Arcadian's bans also make a bit of sense here. Lycan, he's the kind of hero that can just accelerate the pace of the game to a ridiculous degree. And
10 seconds remaining.
Monkey King is one of these heroes that can just take over a game in its entirety. Just go from hero to hero, kill for kill, and just never stop.
Dire team pick.
Monkey King that gets out of control early is very, very hard to stop. Okay, now things get a bit interesting. Mirana is a hero that we see a couple of times. Coming in and out. But in this game, not so ideal already because you don't really have as much of a reliable setup for the arrow. It's going to be a core Mirana, so you would imagine that you'd be able to get some levels and experience and some items as well, ideally, to kind of turn into a bit of a right-clicker, which is very much possible with the leap buff. Feels very interesting niche in that sense, but LXG did a lot more aggressiveness here to the lineup with the Spirit Breaker, so it also makes me wonder whether I want to go back and turn this into a lifestealer game.
Radiant team pick.
I always just love seeing Rage Train, lifestealer pistol in the Spirit Breaker, charging across the map. I mean, it would leave them very melee heavy on the core side though, so... I mean, it's also melee heavy with the Bloodseeker, but a hero that's also very fast in his own right if you manage to bring people low. Which might not be too easy in this game. I mean, DK, Warlock, Witch Doctor, all of them have a lot of heals on natural waste region. So if they're careful enough, they shouldn't really be fueling up the Bloodseeker as much in lane. But on the other hand, it's also one of these characters that can just... I mean, they completely counters out the Mirana. So that's one thing. Witch Doctor Warlock, if he runs it, then there's no whole lot they can do about it.
Slag.
Slag. Okay, it's a lot more interesting now. So, 4 position Spirit Breaker, 5 position Leshrac, I would imagine. Abba offlane, Bloodseeker mid, up against DK. It makes some sense. Yeah, I think he wins that lane for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, DK has a lot of sustain by himself, just with the base region from the Dragon's Blood. But Bloodseeker, as long as he secures last hits, he's never going to run out of health points. That leaves you with a Slug for the safe lane, one would imagine.
Choose your hero.
Oh, the Wraith King. Very interesting last few picks. Coming out here. I mean, Slug also very powerful up against the DK. for a number of different reasons. Like, even if you don't kill him outright, you can just soak up a lot of stacks, a lot of essential stacks for you. Also good against Mirana in some senses, because the leap, you can't leap away if you're pounced, if you're leashed together. So that is something that's very useful. Slack can also build silver up against the DK. So the only question now is the Wraith King. How much of an impact is he going to have? And I don't really have the answer. I mean, having an extra stun is always nice, but here feels like it's too slow. Unless you get some good farm early on, with some little single target stuns, which is all good if you go for these mid-game skirmishes. The moment this turns into more team fights, I mean, this lineup isn't all that ideal. On the other hand, if you look at LXG, they also don't really have too many team fighters themselves, right? I mean, their team fight control is Spirit Breaker charging across all the heroes, hoping to bash up, hoping to bash everybody. Your Slark, who kind of wants to go in and out. Bloodseeker is also similar. Aber he's the one that likes to be in the front lines. So if they can anger their team fights around him, that'll be all fine.
To battle.
And the Leshrac, it's going to be down to him to just provide a lot of the control, just with the lightning storm slows as well as the spirit of stuns.
Top is missing.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not actually a mid-DK. This might just end up in the bottom lane as LXG.
Begins.
Still dancing here on the Leshrac, but they will secure an extra rune for themselves. 3 runes going their way. Shady in the offlane, on the ABBA as you would expect. The Bloodseeker. ABBA up against the defensive tri lane. I mean, this is dangerous enough just because of the Wraith King. So he does have to be a bit careful. On the other hand, I'm in the mid lane. It's already happening. Charge in towards Mirana. Can't be too much damage being done here. Just a couple of right clicks, but no leaps actually used. Starstorm was skilled up first. So Zabi. Perhaps take a few more clicks than you hoped since down bottom. It is an offlane DK, which also makes sense, but he also went for Breathe Fire first. So look at this, just gonna be zoned out by the first point edict. Just Leshrac running down. I mean, a lot of things are happening that you don't really see all that often in any other games. Yeah, the Witch Doctor being zoned out, Spirit Breaker. He's just threatening top as much as he can just by being there. Nice, commit 2 wards to this area to make sure that the Wraith King is having as free of a lane as he possibly can. But it doesn't really stop Shady right now from actually getting his CS and his own levels. Very much even with the Wraith King. Alright, that's super unlucky. Sitting right next to the creep but not bouncing. He still hit the arrow, but it's already too far back to safety, so they don't actually want to dive in. Yeah, I mean, putting no pressure on to this ABBA whatsoever. Someone's up to level 3. The Spirit Breaker doesn't even have to help him. He's up to level 2. Now his Basher goes to charge his first blood. Actually, down bottom.
I've been wanting to say that since this all
Okay.
began.
What do I expect? I guess he's still level 1, so doesn't have that actual defensive utility even from level 1 Dragon Blood. So just run him down. It's not gonna get easier. Really benefit from the Warlock being down there. I mean, they're not doing anything up top. Witch Doctor also just hanging around the mid. Really being all that effective with anything. And now, in fact, might need his help top, but the charge comes in onto the Warlock. It goes down again down bottom as this fight up here. continues. Muzzle stun here preventing the bash, but Shady looks like he still wants to run him down and needs a few more hits there with the extra heal. Looks like he'll be fine and has no shield to work with. The stun on the tower though. Spirit Breaker doesn't catch any more tower shots, but still being slowed down. Doesn't have anything left to work with, so just try and eat his way through, buy some time, and I guess it's working. In fact, he just stopped chasing him for a little bit. And, he's still gonna waste a bit of time before he can TP back at the very least, but he's not chasing him down. I thought he made his way out already. He's down bottom. Well, now, finally, Rabbit is making his way in, but might already be late. 2 points up in Edict, chilling. I don't know how much damage he's taken. The extra stun, the extra damage. You know, still is the pounds available here for the Witch Doctor. Another cast in a second, but it's almost too late. But not quite. They got greedy. The LXG didn't right click or anything. They wanted to give the kill to Slark, and as a result, got enough time for the cast to bounce around once again in this middle lane. Let's see. Oh no, that was the idea. That was the strat. They didn't want to kill the Witch Doctor, they just wanted to make sure he was low, so Bloodseeker could go for the kill mid. That was real. What the hell? Alright. This is just turning into an absolute disaster down in bottom lane. Can't really blame Deliverance here for using that taunt judiciously. He said dive the tower. Grab it. Stun will miss, the cast will not bounce, Stone Parasite. Share the word, couple of tower shots. He might actually tick out to this now. Well, Deliverance forked himself, but yeah, he does tick out. Denny, my boy, and yeah, he wants to give his life for it. It's really worth it. I mean, Bloodseeker also ended up dying in mid somehow. Not sure how that happened. Wasabi maybe just landing an arrow. So this mid lane though, despite the kill, look at these CS numbers: 5 and 1 for Wasabi, 29 and 19 for Bloodseeker. This is so far from. Everyone is nice arrow though this time. Q was already used to it. We'll get Slark. Wasabi with the TD rune also making sure that they can get the skill very quickly. And if you wanted to, you could have leapt across, trying to get Parasite. I mean, these kills sort of make up for it, but these early game kills, even though pretty useful, they're also already breaking killing sprees, are already worth a lot of money. It's, I don't know. It only sort of makes up for it because the CS differential is so big. Oh no, please no, LXG. This is just not fair anymore. Down bottom, Mino up against 3. He's gonna get the kill, but can he get himself out? Josh coming in, there's some support, but that wasn't a creep. I'm transferring over to the heroes, and I mean, what is this? He's just standing there, eating down the tower. Now he sees an opportunity for a kill. The stun will be dodged. Efex walks away, but still ends up dropping to the damage over time. Now a bunch of creeps. Cast is bouncing, but Rabbit should end up dropping in the end. Stun. This one will connect. He will die. Q1 tower not long for the world either. Is down bottom. Slaughter just keeps going, chilling.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
That's how he's scrambling to try and make something happen here. There's a bit of damage to Parasite. And just charge across there. And Mino? Oh, nice. And that arrow would have hit if Parasite didn't rise up to it and cancel the charge when he did. Yeah, I mean, the Shrike just couldn't keep same thing in mid. That's the kind of thing around now. There's the rupture. Just stand there, get stunned up, right click down. And 3 points up in the Edict, and a single point up in Lightning Storm. And if you hit the... Wasn't vision there for a second, but looks like there's a creeps pass by. So, yeah, I mean... If you don't need Lightning Storm to set up your own stuns, might as well go Edict and bring down these towers. Is ASAP. It's the only real tower hitter. So far, it's working out alright. The top is fallen. Go on mid. Just a little while longer here as the brunt of this assault is soaked up by the glyph. And he just keeps dancing. Why the hell not? It's very deep vision here for a Spirit Breaker to take advantage of. Okay, tower's down. Rupture on Wasabi. And the Witch Doctor, the arrow will connect with Wasabi. Yeah, it's nowhere to go. The Rupture, you cannot possibly get away without a TP score. Not holding one. I get 2 more kills, you know. Bottom, skipping 3 waves, another shot onto the Dragon Knight. It's level 3 DK. Same level on Cass. Keep bouncing. With the stuns being stopped here, actually. It's a few more right clicks though, and they won't have it under the tier 2. A little bit too strong, especially with Kaneki actually taking some damage. Just with the Fatal Bonds almost killing a Parasite there. Yeah, I mean, basically up top. Some stun. Ultimate already used by Shady, so it doesn't actually have capacity to go for a secondary kill here. Instead, I'll just TP back home. Yeah, so far this game is going as we'd expect. All 3 lanes, an absolute disaster. Only 10 minutes in already. A 10k advantage. This Slug closing in on the Shadow Blade. That's level 6 on the Shrag, and now there's Smoke Up. Team Arcadian. Still trying. And the arrow. Damn, Wasabi might be able to save you. With arrows like this, Deliverance, only a support, but every kill is very important. We know he has other plans. Fast bouncing, but stopping now. Another Rupture. And still no TP scroll on the Wasabi. I mean, just get the hell out of there. I mean, he would have probably been interrupted this time by the Split Earth, but not even trying is not exactly ideal. Most of them are being slaughtered as the full 5-man lineup for LXG. Here in this bottom lane here, they could use a Shrine, but that's been used already. 30 seconds till it comes back. He does have one more charge Vedic left. He was using on tier 1 bottom. Okay, pushing it in with the health creep. Okay, able to. They also have heals to work with. It's like only level 4, but it does have full shadow. Another charge. What are you doing there? I mean, there's just no reason to be there. There's nothing the Witch Doctor can do. Nothing more a Dragon Knight can do than take this creep wave, but still too close. The initiation is there, and there's Rupture to make sure that extra damage, and yeah, they get another kill. It's just them being too far away from anyone or anything. The only way that Arcadian can move right now is as a 5-man clump and then hope for the best. But even then, they don't really have a lot of good tools. They need to land some good arrows. And what then? Like, you're so far away from level 6 in these supports, which are some big teamfight ultimates. Right, the Golem, Fatal Bonds, therefore, like, if they can channel those up, can very easily kill some of these heroes. Or they could if they had them right now. That's the time they get them. They might just be too tanky on the side of LXG. Now, same thing as before, more charges up top. He still doesn't have an ultimate for 5 seconds. Can they kill him in time? That's the question. The answer is no. And oh no, he didn't get his Q off. Stunned by the arrow as well as the Wave Fire Blast. So, Mark is biting off a bit more than he can chew this time. So it's gonna be down to Bloodseeker. They got the kill. Onto the Witch Doctor. Moonlight Shadow. It prevents them from seeing the stun coming in. Kaneki is still fighting. Arrow snipes the Helm of Creep there from Kaneki. It's easy money, but Chilling will fall. Reflex next on the list. He'll come back. Zabi, they're for only a couple of seconds, and how much do they want to dive? They're going for the easy kills first. Danny, chop, eating it down. Shady still has his ultimate to work with, so he's absolutely fine. Just maintaining the rear guard. Don't want to dive to tier 2 tower. Don't after what happened to the slug. It's a shuttle right now, and it's going for Vex. Echo saves it for good measure. Shot for tier 2. Last remaining on the tier tower. Say that though. You see a target down bottom. He's level 6 now at the very least, but that's still not enough survivability. No stuns. Not enough defensive utility here. Now we'll still connect here, so they're pretty good at catching those as well. This time there will be no problem tanking it up. Another kill in the mid is the Brave King again caught outside. If 2 lanes pushing, Shady's just working away up top. Down bottom is going to be reaching tier 3 soon as well, especially if someone wants to intercept this creep wave, but it's going to look for more kills, honestly. Charge in. And full of thumb. Nicely done with the centaur there. And I mean, so you didn't have to say anything else. Chasing them all the way to the fountain. Stun map on a Bloodseeker. Don't even have to follow from chilling. Doesn't have a single point up into the Dragon Tail. Good performance here. Nice shot across. Meantime, here the rest of the team is just working away. And these rags, Kaneki, healing himself up. Meantime on the creep wave. He's ready to go back in again, tank up another stun. Those Rex dies. I mean, they're all linked up by the Fatal Bonds. If they can throw some damage here, this could turn into something. Cash, bounce around, but not really for all that much. And yeah, Leslie can't leap away from that. They're just dropping like flies, and it wouldn't be too surprised if called the GG right now. They can't even make it to the fountain. They're not even safe right outside. The high ground here, the GG is called. So, 33-5 is the Rampage, ends the game. Rampage Shady of all people. Yeah,